Okay, good day to everyone. Okay, since we are under the health break situations, that's why we have to conduct virtual discussions kasi again po, kinulang tayo sa time and hopefully mapanood to ng bawat isa kasi makakatulong po ito with regards to your discussions. Actually, yung pinaka-final coverage of your exam is only 4 and hanggang ideal gas law. So, through that, tawag dito, i-discuss ko muna sa gas law is hanggang ideal gas law muna. Wherein napakarami kasing, tawag dito, equations or laws na meron sa Module 5. I think we have 8 po. So again po, for this topic po or discussions under Module 5 po, our main topic is all about gas law. And for the learning objectives na kailangan natin ma-achieve at the end of the lesson is number 1 po, at the end of the lesson, the student or kayo po should able to adopt with this, unang-una, enumerate and explain kinetic theory of gases. Ikalawa, identify and describe the variables affecting behavior of gases. Ikatlo is describe the behavior of gases using their properties. And then ikaapat po, state and explain the different gas law governing the behavior of gases. So yan po yung mga pinaka-highlights na learning objectives na kailangan nyo pong ma-attain at the end of this lesson. So, for the topic outline, actually, ito po siya. So, unang-una nating aaralan is the pressure of a gas. Dalawa po, the gas law. Katlo, ideal gas law. Kaapat po is the Dalton law of partial pressure. Kaalima is the gas stoichiometry. And kaanim po is the kinetic molecular theory of gases. Pero, in total po, ito po yung total gas law na meron tayo. Unang-una, we have Boyle's law. Ikalawa po, we have Charles law. Ikatlo po is the Monton's law. Ikaapat is the Avogadro's law. Ikalima is the ideal gas law. Idagdag pa po natin dito si combined gas law. Ikapito is si Dalton law of partial pressure. Ikawalo is the Graham law of effusion and diffusions. And then pinaka-last po is solve problem of gas law and gas stoichiometry. Okay, for the introduction po, as early as 1662, Robert Boyles among the three developed study of the state of matters. So we know na sa state of matters or the matters and properties sa lesson 1, we have different types of matters. That is referring to solid, liquid, and gases. Yung kaapat, si plasma, kinukonsider siya as gas, but in a higher form of gas po mismo. Wherein, si plasma kasi kaya niyang mag-adapt ng higher energy unlike sa normal gas. Okay? So, after his findings, subsequent studies on the effect of pressure and temperature on the volume of gases were discovered. Wherein, after ni Boyle's law, marami pang mga nag-arise na proponent with regards to continuous studying gas law. Kaya dito na pumasok si Charles law, ideal gas law, combined gas law, etc. etc. So, isa sa mga nag-introduce ng gas law is walang iba kundi si Robert Boyles. So, before we proceed to kinetic molecular theory of gas, you have to observe what things have been presented here po. Okay? Isipin natin na yung mga particles na nasa loob ng square, that is the particles of a gas. Okay? Kindly observe po, kapag itataas ko yung energy, ano pong nangyayari sa mga particles? Okay? Nakita naman natin sa thermometer na tumataas yung Kelvin niya. Ayun. Mas tumataas din yung pinaka-pressure. Again po, pag with regards to temperature po in terms of gas law, dapat yung temperature units na ginagamit natin is always equivalent to Kelvin. While kapag pressure naman po, dapat naka-ATM po parati tayo. Okay? So, sarado natin yung lid again, then lagyan natin siya ng mga particles for gas. Okay? Sir, paano po mangyayari kapag mababa naman ang temperature? As you can see, sa thermometer, bumababa yung pinaka-temperature. Bumababa din yung pinaka-pressure at mas bumabagal din yung pinaka-movements ng mga particles natin. So in this way, matitrigger out natin na one factors na nakaka-apekto sa molecules ng gas is the temperature. Now, let's proceed with, let's go back with kinetic molecular theory. Actually, in kinetic molecular theory of gas, it's only described the kinetic theory of gas mismo in as large number of particles. Atom or molecules to be constant random motions. Kapag yung particles sa gas, naka-receive siya ng too much energy, tumataas yung temperature, mas bumibilis yung movement. In physics, kapag sinabi natin kinetic energy, that is energy in motion. Kaya mas bumibilis yung movements ng particles. Pero kapag sinabi naman natin potential energy, ito naman yung energy at rest, wherein mas bumabagal yung movement ng particles. Katulad nung nasa presentations kagad, kanina sa virtual lab, na pag bumababa yung temperature, mas bumababa yung pinaka-movement ng mga particles. Minimal na lang sila kung gumalaw. Wherein, bumababa din yung temperature tsaka yung pressure mismo. So that is the kinetic molecular theory. Gas can be randomly scattered in constant motion kapag ang temperature mismo constant. Pero kapag hindi, pag tumataas yung temperature, mas bumibilis yung pinaka-movement ng mga particles ni gas. And kapag mas bumibilis yung particle ni gas, mas nag-exert ng too much pressure. So for the trivia po, all gases are made up of very tiny particles in constant random motion. So as we can see, and we observe in virtual lab, binubuo si gas ng small tiny particles. Even different atoms, binubuo naman sila ng small tiny particles. Ang tawag natin doon is subatomic particles. So the collision of gaseous particles in each other with the wall of the container is elastic. This means no energy is lost upon collisions. The diameter of gaseous particles is very small compared to the distance between them. So kumbaga, mas scattered kasi yung pagkakaayos ng mga particles ni gas. The kinetic energy is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Again, pag sinabing directly proportional, pag tumataas ang temperature, mas bumibilis yung particles. Pag bumababa ang temperature, mas bumabagal yung pinaka-particles or yung movement. Kasi nga, diba, pag sinabing kinetic energy, energy in motion. So, we have different types of properties of gas. So, si gas po, wala siyang definite shape and volume. Nakadepende yung volume niya at yung shape niya sa paglalagyan mismo. Katulad na lang nung sa rocket, again, kung ang bottles ninyo, yung volume ng capacity ng bottles ninyo is 100 ml or 1 liter, definitely ang magiging volume ni gas that time is 100. Pero kung ang volume niya is 50 lang, so magiging 50 lang yung pinaka-volume. Then, with regards to shape naman po, kung ano yung shape ng bottles, yun po yung magiging shape ng gas ninyo. Kasi nga, gas has no definite shape and volume. Now, another properties of gas is having a low density. Since the particle of the gas po is scattered around more than the height or the volume itself, yung pagkakascattered, mas mababa yung density. Kasi kapag the more na mas compact yung molecule, the more na mas mataas yung density compare with solid and liquid. So kung i-compare natin si particles ng gas, mas magaan talaga si gas. Now, another properties of gas is yung gas diffuses or effuses. So, diffuses for diffusion is the ability of the gas to scatter in wider space since the particles are in constant random motion. So, si gas po, since yung particle niya can occupy different areas, especially the volume, kayang-kaya niya mag-scatter around in wider space mismo. Example, in real life, kapag yung gas stove na iwanan natin bukas, nangangamoy yung gas sa buong bahay. So, yung singaw ng gas. Or maybe, kapag nagpabango, yung perfume, so naaamoy natin yung amoy ng pabango because yung particles ng perfume is nag-scatter around. That is the reasons with that. Another po is the effusions. Again po, it is the ability of gas particles to pass through in small opening like perfume bottle. So, yun, may ability si gas to effuse, to undergo smaller channel or dumalay doon mismo. And then another properties of gases being compressible and expandable. So when we say compress, it means na pwede nating i-compact yon sa small container like what we have to use to in methane gas or yung mga LPG na meron tayo or yung M-gas natin sa bahay. So kino-compact natin sila sa isang tank wherein yung mga molecules is nako-compact din. Aside from kaya nating i-compact since yung gas nga is may ability to effuse, may ability din si gas syempre to expand. Kaya siya nag-scatter around at na-occupy niya yung different areas or volume na meron doon. So, gas exert pressure. Again po, the kinetic energy of gas rely directly proportional to the temperature. Pag tumataas yung temperature, mas bumibilis yung movement ng particles, mas nag-exert ng mas mataas na pressure. Pero kapag mas bumababa yung temperature, mas bumababa yung pinaka-movement ng particles ng gas, mas mababa yung pressure na inire-release. So again po, variables affecting of gas as we observe in virtual laboratory. So si temperature po is nakaka-apekto with regards to gases. So, again, pag mataas ang temperature, mataas ang pressure. Pag mababa si temperature, mas mababa yung pressure na ma-exert ni gas. Again, kinetic energy of gas is directly proportional to temperature. Kaya, isa siya sa variables na nakaka-apekto with regards to gases. Variables affecting gases po, another one is the volume. So, si volume po, as part ng sinabi ni Boyle's law, ni Robert Boyle, na volume and pressure, which is directly proportional kapag constant ang temperature and number of particles, kapag daw tumataas yung volume, bumababa daw yung pressure. Pag bumababa yung pressure, tumataas yung volume. Which is sinabi niya ni Robert Boyle na inversely proportional. Okay. Another variables affecting gases is the number of particles or moles. The more na mas madami yung particles, the more na mas mataas yung temperature. Kasi nga, the more na mas maraming molecules ang move kapag mas mataas yung temperature at mas madaming molecules ang mag-exert ng pressure. So, pressure is a force exerted by a substance per unit area on another substance. The atmospheric pressure varies with height, just as water pressure varies with depth. So, the atmospheric pressure is about 20,000 feet. It only half of the sea level, while the atmospheric pressure at the sea level can be expressed in terms into 14.7 pound. Actually, yung seawater natin, they absorb carbon dioxide. So, ito po, pakitandaan po ako nitong STP natin. Again po, 180 m is always equivalent to 1.0325 times 10 raised to 5 Pascal. Or 101.325 kilopascal mismo. Okay? Or kung hindi naman po, 1 bar or 1.01325 bar mismo. While 118 po again is always equivalent to 760 millimeters of mercury po. Or 760 torr or 14.7 PSI. Lagi nyo po tatandaan yung conversion na yan, na standard na yan, kapag gas law ang pinag-uusapan. Kasi po, malaking tulong siya. Kasi more on conversion tayo sa gas law. Kaya napakalaking tulong nito na kailangan natin matandaan yung standard temperature and pressure natin. Yung STP kung tawagin. So, let's proceed na po with gas law, but still you have to set some reminders. In order to avoid chaos and confusion on man's behavior and attitude, law are formulated by states and not to mention the law of divine creator. Again, before Christ's era, there is a conflict with regards to science and religions. And again, ginawa si science just to enlighten us, avoid ignorance. Kasi nga, yung mind ng tao is very, napaka-curious sa isang bagay. So, we make some research in order us to enlighten us and add knowledge. Okay? For advancement. Not to judge what is the divine creator's law. Okay? Yun lang naman yun. Yun yung pinaka-hangganan ni science tsaka religion. That is the main rules with science. Science is made for discovery, while law is specifically made for spiritual terms naman, sides naman ng human. So, unang-una dito is yung Boyle's Law. So, Robert Boyle, an Anglo-Irish natural philosopher, performed the experiment using J-tube, and he found out that the constant temperature mismo with constant number of particles, the volume of a fixed amount of dry gas is inversely proportional to the pressure exerted by gas. In short, pag daw naka-constant temperature tayo in number of particles, nagiging inversely proportional daw yung volume tsaka yung pinaka-pressure. Pag sinabi po kasing inversely proportional, magkasalungat. Pag tumataas si volume, bumababa si pressure. Pag tumataas si pressure, bumababa si volume. Ganun po ang ibig sabihin ni inversely proportional or ni Boyle's Law or ni Robert Boyle's. So, pinaka-general formula natin. So, pag nakita po kayo ng B sub 1 or P sub 1, that is referring for initial volume tsaka initial pressure. Yung B sub 2 naman, tsaka P sub 2, that is referring for final volume or final pressure. Or tinatawag minsan na B1, P1, and B2, and P2. So, for example po, a question example number 1, what is the volume of gas which exerts 700 mmHg pressure if a liter of gas exerts of 800 torr mismo? Kumbaga, ang nakalagay kasi, we have initial pressure po na 700 millimeters mercury. Ang volume natin, or initial volume natin is wala, pero ang final pressure natin is ginib po, or kumbaga 800 torr. Kasi nga po, 180 m is always equivalent to 760 mmHg or 760 torr. Kaya kahit ang nasa given natin is 100 torr, pwede natin siyang i-convert into mmHg. So, magbabago lang tayo ng unit. Kasi, in terms of 80 ATM, they are just the same equivalency. Then, yung pinaka-final volume natin is B2 pinaka-final volume natin is 10 liters. Now, ang nawawala is the B1. And we have the general equations na B1 multiplied by P1 equals to B2 multiplied by P2, or B sub 1 multiplied by P sub 1 equals to B sub 2 multiplied by B sub 2. Or kung tatawagin naman natin na initial volume multiplied by initial pressure equals to final volume multiplied to final pressure. So, anong gagawin para ma-derive yung formula? Since naka-linear equations naman tayo, we have always two ways to derive the formula po. Ang formula natin is B sub 1 multiplied by C sub 1 equals to B sub 2 multiplied by P sub 2. We have two ways mismo to derive the formula. We can make this as fractional, but since ito ay naka-linear equations na, pag sinabi kasi linear, diretso, so pwedeng ganito na lang rin po. Para mas madali, so, for example po, B1 ang nawawala, we have to divide it sa next units na kasama niya kay P1. Kapag B1 po ang nawawala, initial volume po ang nawawala, we have to divide para ma-cancel out. Cancel out. So, magiging formula natin is B sub 1 equals to B sub 2 multiplied by P sub 2 divided by P sub 1. So, that will be our formula. Okay? So, balik tayo. Sir, paano po kapag P sub 1 naman po ang nawawala or initial pressure naman ang nawawala? So, divide natin by B1. So, cancel out. Kasi, as per in fractional form, kapag magkapareha ng unit, so, kinakancel na natin yung denominator tsaka numerator. So, magiging formula, P sub 1 or initial pressure equals to B sub 2 multiplied by final pressure divided by B sub 1. So, that is the formula if ever nawawala si P sub 1. Sir, paano po kapag B2 po ang nawawala, final volume? Okay? Sir, paano po pag final volume po ang nawawala? Ganun pa rin po. Divide natin by P2 yung katabi niya. So, P2. Okay? So, magiging formula natin, cancel out to, B sub 2 equals to B sub 1 multiplied by P sub 1 divided by P sub 2 or final pressure. Sir, paano pag P2? So, ganun pa rin naman po ang gagawin natin. So, divide pa rin natin siya sa B2, yung katabi niya mismo. Okay? Cancel si B2, matitira si P2. So, P sub 2 multiplied by B sub 1, and then P sub 1 ulit. P sub 2 equals to B sub 1 multiplied by P sub 1 divided by B sub 2. So, nakuha na natin kung paano diniderive yung apat na areas ng general formula ni Boyle's Law. Pero ang nawawala kasi, kung babalikan natin sa questions is si B1. So, ang formula na gagamitin is B sub 1 equals to B2 multiplied by P2 divided by P1. So, again, sa B2 natin, we have, sa final volume, meron tayong 10 liters. I-multiply natin yung sa final pressure natin na 800 mmHg divided by P1 na 700 mmHg or millimeters mercury mismo. So, cancel out yung both units na mercury. So, matitira yung liters. So, makuha na natin si B sub 1. So, yung pinaka-B1 natin is, initial volume natin is 11.4 liters. Again po, pag sinabing letter B, that is referring for volume. Kapag may sub 1, that is initial volume. Kapag sub 2, That is final volume. Pag sinabi naman pong letter P, capital P, that is for pressure naman. So pag may sub 1, subscript na sub 1, that is initial pressure. Pag sub 2, that is the final pressure. Kuha po? Sige po. So sagutan natin yung pangalawa. An 800 cc gas exert a pressure of 1 atm. What is the pressure of the 500 cc? So we have initial pressure na 800 cc. Initial volume na 800 cc. We have initial pressure na 1.25. Wala tayong final pressure. Ang nawawala si P2. Wherein, ang B1 natin, okay, sulat ko. Ang B1 natin is 800 cc. B2 equals to 500 cc. P1 equals to 1.25 cc. Ay, ATM, rather, ATM po. And then, yung P2 natin is wala. Is unknown. So, derive natin yung formula. Okay? Ang magiging formula natin is P2 equals to B1 multiplied by P1 divided by B2. Okay? So, again po, magiging formula natin, P2 equals to B1 multiplied by P1 divided by P2. So, formula, P2 equals to B1 multiplied by P1 divided by B2. Wherein, pag sinubstitute natin, P2 equals to 800 times 1.25. Sa units, so palagay na lang po ako. Kailangan kasi nilalagay dito ay may CC, tas merong ATM, ha? Ayan. And then, 500 cc. Cancel out, ATM matitira. So, ang magiging sagot natin is 800 times 1.25. That is 1,000 divided by 500. So, makakuha tayo ng P2 equals to 280 m. Okay? So, yun yung magiging sagot natin as part of P2. Kaya kailangan matuto kayo mag-derive ng formula at saka mag-analyze ng question. Okay, proceed naman tayo kay Charles Law. Jacques Charles, a French mathematician and physicist and inventor, together with another scientist, Nicolas Robert, was the first one who fly using a hydrogen-filled balloon. He found out that the constant pressure, so the volume of a fixed amount of dry gas is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Ibig sabihin daw po ni Charles Law na kapag tumataas daw yung volume, tumataas din ang temperature. Pag bumababa si temperature, bumababa din daw si volume. So, ganun lang naman po ang ibig sabihin ni Charles Law. Kasi nga, they are directly proportional. Now, at yung sinasabi ko kanina na we have two ways to derive formula. It's either cross-multiply or linear equations. Yung nauna natin kanina, kay Boyle's Law, yun po ay naka-linear equations. Pero kay Charles Law po, naka-fractional form tayo dito, kaya gagawin natin is cross-multiply. So, example, a 20 liters of gas is initially heated to 85 degrees Celsius. What is the volume of gas if it was cooled to 50 degrees Celsius? Again, ang general formula natin is initial volume divided by over T1 equals to B2 over T2. So, sir, paano natin na-derive? Ang nawawala po is, meron tayong initial volume na 20 liters, meron tayong initial temperature na 358 Kelvin, at meron tayong final volume na, nawawala yung final volume natin, pero yung final temperature natin ay 223 Kelvin. Again po, kapag sa gas po, ang given po is naka-Celsius, you have to convert it into Kelvin. Kelvin po kasi ang ginagamit natin with regards to temperature. So, derive po muna natin si formula. So, erase. Okay? Ang general formula natin is B1 over T1 equals to B2 over T2. Okay? Sir, paano po pag may nawawala? So, ganyan po yung cross-multiply. So, for example po, si B1 po ang nawawala, ang magiging formula natin, B1 equals to T1. Kung sino katapat ni T1, that is B2 divided by T2. Katapat naman ni B1. So, yun yung magiging formula natin sa B1, kapag si B1 na ang nawawala. As sir, pag si T1 po ang nawawala, ganun pa, we have to look mismo dun sa katapat niya. Okay, nakapag-cross. Wherein, kunyari, si T1 na nawawala. Again po, unahin muna natin sa numerator kung sino yung complete. So, B1 multiply by T2 divided by B2. Okay, si B1 po ang nawawala ha. Si T1. Sir, paano po pag si B2 po ang nawawala? Okay, si B2 daw po ang nawawala. So, B2, sulat natin yan automatically, equals to, so, kompleto, ito, tsaka ito, so, ay mauna, B1, multiply by T2 over T1. Over T1. Okay? Over T1 yan ha. Paano naman po kapag si T2 po ang nawawala? So, T2 equals to T1 multiplied by B2 divided by B1. Okay, B1. So, yun po yung pinaka-derived formula natin sa kanila. So, yung formula natin, B2 equals to B1 multiplied by T2 and divided by T1. Wherein, so initial volume natin na 20 liters, multiply natin kay final temperature divided by 358. So, cancel yung both Kelvin na sign kasi na units at matitira is liters at yun po yung gagamitin natin na units. So, multiply, then divide, so makakuha tayo ng 18.04 liters. Okay, next po. At what temperature must 850 cc of gas initially at 27 degrees Celsius be heated to increase the volume by 50%? Again, ang given natin dito, meron tayong initial temperature, we have the initial volume, we have the initial temperature, pero wala tayong final temperature, ang meron lang final volume. Kasi nga, heated to increase the volume by 50%. So, ito yung magiging pinaka-initial pinaka-final volume natin. So, try nating sagutan. Sulat natin. B1 natin, T1, B2, hindi. Oo, T2. Si B1 natin is 850. Si T1 natin, balikan natin siya ulit, nakalimutan ko. That is 27 degrees Celsius plus 273, that is 300 Kelvin. Si B2, sabi doon, decrease Celsius be heated to increase the volume po mismo na by 50%. So, kailangan daw mag-increase yung 850 ng 50% pa. So, 850 divided by 2, that is 4.25 plus 850. So, ilan kaya siya? So, 850 plus 425. So, we have 1 to 75. 1 to 75 po yan. Then, si T2 po ang nawawala. So, formula ni T2. Since ang general formula natin is ito pong nasa gilid, so magiging formula natin is T2 equals to T1 multiplied by B2 divided by T1. So, T2 equals to ang magiging formula ay T2 equals to T1 multiplied by B2 divided by B1. So, ibig sabihin, T2 equals to, initial temperature natin is 300 multiplied by B2 which is 1 to 75 divided by 850. Okay, B1. So, 300 times 1 to 75 divided by 850. We have 450. T2 is 450 Kelvin. Since naka-Kelvin pa siya, ko-convert natin into Celsius. Kasi po ang nasa given ay degree Celsius. So, yung na-compute natin is T2 equals to 450 minus 273.15. Okay? Equals to, T2 equals to 273 minus 0.15. 176.85 degree Celsius. Okay. So, yun yung magiging sagot natin as temperature number 2. Okay, next po, Monton's law or Gay-Lussac law. So, same pa rin po sila ng idea. Pero dito po kasi pressure and temperature naman po. Sinabi ni Gay-Lussac, ni Amon Tons, na kapag tumataas daw ang pressure, tumataas din daw ang temperature. Wherein, they are considered as directly proportional. So yung formula natin, general formula, P1 over T1 equals to P2 over T2. Same pa rin po ng pagkaka-derive ng formula natin sa Charles law. So, the pressure of gas, example po, at 0 degrees Celsius is 380 torr. What is the pressure B in atmosphere if the temperature is 27 degrees Celsius? So, ang nawawala is the final pressure. Same pa rin tayo ng formula, ng pagdederive sa formula. So, magiging formula natin is since P2 ang nawawala, P2 equals to P1 multiplied by T1 divided by, P2 equals to P1 multiplied by T2 divided by T1. So, unang-unang gagawin, since naka-torr ang given, we have to convert it into atmosphere. Pero kung gusto nyo directly na, sa huli nyo po i-convert into ATM. Pero pwede naman po yun. So, 0.5 ATM multiplied by 300 Kelvin minus yung sign, so makakuha tayo ng 0.55 ATM. Again po, kung ayaw nyo muna i-convert sa umpisa, sa una, yung mismong term, yung given, pwede naman po, sa huli nyo na lang po siya i-convert. Basta kung ano yung nasa given na value or na units, yun po kasi ang kailangan lumabas. Kung ang units natin sa initial pressure natin is torr, dapat sa final pressure din natin is torr. Pero kung nasa given po is ATM, dapat ang lalabas din po ay ATM. Pero most of the time po, ang ginagamit talaga with regards to pressure ay specifically ATM po na units. Next one po is the combined gas law. Sa combined gas law po, same method pa din po tayo ng derive ng formula kay Charles law tsaka kay Gay-Lussac. Ang pinagkaiba lang kasi naging tatlo po ito. Cross-multiply pa rin naman po ito. Wherein sa dito lang naman po sa gas law, kapag daw nakaka-fix amount of molecules ang gas natin, pwede maka-apekto yung number of pressure, yung volume, tsaka yung pinaka-temperature. Kaya tinawag siya as combined gas law. So, there is no official author with this kasi nga hango ito sa tatlong proponent na laws sa gas law mismo. So, example po, number 1, the volume of a gas at standard condition is 140 ml. What is the volume at 27 degrees Celsius and 960 torr? Now, meron tayong initial volume na 1,450 ml. Tapos, since ito naman ay naka-torr, i-assume na lang kagad natin kasi nga, diba, 1 ATM is always equivalent to 760 torr. So, i-assume natin na yung initial pressure natin is 760 torr na kagad. Then, wala ding binigay na initial temperature sa given. So, i-assume din natin na kagad na yun ay 0, and alam naman natin, 0 plus 273, kasi kailangan natin na siyang i-convert into Kelvin, so magiging 273 Kelvin. Pero yung pinaka-final volume po, wala pong binigay, yung final pressure lang po ang binigay, which is 960 torr, and then yung pinaka-final temperature na 27 degrees Celsius. Nag-convert natin into Kelvin, magiging 100. So, derive natin yung pinaka-formula. So, ang general formula natin is P1 multiplied by B1 over T1. As you observe po kasi sa tatlong equations po, yung Boyle's law, Charles law, tsaka Gay-Lussac, laging nasa baba si temperature, lagi siyang nasa denominator. Kaya, pag kinumbine gas law, ganito po yung kinalalabasan parate. So, T2. For example po, ang nawawala si B2, katulad kanina sa example. So, cross-multiply pa rin naman tayo. Unahin natin yung kompleto. So, B2 equals to, B2 yan, equals to B1 multiplied by P1 multiplied by T2 divided by T1 and then multiply by P2. So, ganun pa rin naman po yung gagawin. Cross-multiply pa lang po. Pero, sa pag-cross-multiply, unahin natin yung mga parts na buo. Tsaka natin siya gagawing denominator. At hindi natin sasama yung nawawala. So, ganun po ang magiging formula natin pagdaderive. So, ito po yung magiging formula natin for B2, since si B2 po ang nawawala. Balik na tayo sa PPT. Ayun. So, tama naman. So, P1 multiplied by B1 multiplied by T2 divided by P2 over T1. So, again, substitute lang. So, 664 multiplied by 1450 ml multiplied by Kelvin. Cancel yung both units po na torch at Kelvin. So, makakuha tayo ng 1327.84 ml. Now, let's proceed with Avogadro's law of combining volume. So, dito naman po sa Avogadro's law from Amadeus, isa lang naman po yung ini-states niya. Kapag daw si molecules or si gas daw po is naka-constant temperature, directly proportional naman daw yung magiging reaction ng number of moles sa balloons. Wherein, pag tumataas yung number of particles, lumalaki din daw si volume. For example po, yung usual na party balloons natin, yung lobo, kapag inihipan natin yun, ibig sabihin nag-i-insert tayo ng gas particles. It's either carbon dioxide or oxygen. Wherein, ang tendency na nangyayari, lumalaki yung lobo or mas lumalaki yung volume ng lobo. So, the more na dumadami yung particles, the more na lumalaki yung volume, kaya tinawag siya na, kinukonsider siya as directly proportional. Where N sub 1, or initial number of mole, always equivalent to molar coefficients po, giving as unknown. So, yun. So, example, in the given, the production of hydrogen, chloride gas from hydrogen gas, chlorine gas. Hydrogen and chlorine gas is, if 20 liters of hydrogen chlorine gas is produced, how many liters of chlorine gas will be produced if T and pressure are maintained in constant? So again po, dito po kasi is yung pressure tsaka temperature is constant. So they are considered as directly proportional with regards to number of moles and the volume mismo. So, yung given natin, si hydrogen chloride. So, sa given po, meron tayong H sub 2 and Cl sub 2. We have initial volume na 20 liters. We have initial final volume na tawag dito, blanco, nawawala. Sir, paano po namin nakuha yung number of moles? Since hindi naman siya binigay sa given. Ang una natin gagawin kapag ganito po, binabalance equations po natin. Kasi ang given po, H sub 2 and then Cl sub 2. Okay? May corrections po ako doon kasi medyo nabaliktad ko po yung pagsusulat ko ng number of mole. Again po, ang nasa given po is H2 and Cl2. wherein ang original formula ni hydrogen chloride ay HCl. L po yan na L. L. Now, kailangan natin siyang i-balance undergoing balance equations of elements. As we can see sa left side po, si hydrogen is may 2, si chlorine po ay may 2. While dito po, tig-isa lang si chlorine tsaka si Cl. In total of atomic mass, meron silang 4. So, dapat dito po, magiging 4 din po. Kaya mag-add tayo ng number 2 dito sa coefficients ng 2. So, pag minultiply natin, hydrogen times 2, which is, ang kalabasan is H2. Cl times 2, ang kakalabasan po ay Cl2, wherein magiging 4 po yung pinaka-atomic mass nila. So, sila ay consider na as balance. Now, kapag i-ratio natin sila, magiging ratio nila is 1:4. I mean, is to 2. Kasi 2 yung inad natin na number. Okay? Now, kaya magiging initial mole natin dito, or n sub 1 natin is 1, ang n sub 2 natin is 2. Nabaliktad po ako ng sulat. Again po, n sub 1 natin dito is 1, n sub 2 natin is 2. Kasi nga po, 1:1 is to 2. Kapag dinivide natin yon by 1, so, again, ang kakalabasan is 1/2. Or 1:2. So, formula, same pa rin ng pag-cross multiply natin sa charge to para ma-derive since beta ang nawawala. So, B1 multiplied by initial mole, then divided by n sub 2. So, 20 liters multiplied by 1 mole divided by 2 moles. That is 10 liters. So, mapuproduce daw na chlorine 2 is for 20 liters po. Kailangan natin ng 20 liters mismo. I mean, para makapag-produce tayo ng hydrogen chloride, kailangan natin ng 20 liters of Cl2 is needed to produce 20 liters, 10 liters of, para makapag-produce tayo ng 20 liters of hydrogen chlorine gas, kailangan natin ng 10 liters of Cl2. Well, again, para makapag-produce tayo again ulit ng hydrogen chlorine naman po, kailangan din natin ng 10 liters na hydrogen mismo. Then lastly is the ideal gas law. So the ideal gas law is defined as the one which collisions between atoms or molecules are perfectly elastic. There is no intermolecular attraction force of attraction or repulsion which act between adjacent particles such as atom, molecules, or ion. So ito na itatawag natin na PBNRT, wherein P is always defined as the pressure na laging naka-ATM, B is defined as the volume wherein it always be in liters, and N is the number of particles or mole. And then T is the absolute scale na lagi naman po naka-Kelvin, and then yung R naman po is the universal gas constant natin, yung Rankine natin, which is 0.082 ang pinaka constant states niya. ATM liters over mole Kelvin. So example number 1, given po sa PBNRT natin, for example, ang nawawala po is si B. So, paano natin i-derive yung formula kung ang formula natin is PBNRT? Since ito po ay naka-linear equation, PB equals to NRT. Ganun din po. Pag linear equation, divide lang natin by both side by P. para ma-cancel out. So, B equals to N RT over P. Okay? So, yun yung magiging formula natin. So, tama naman yung nakuha nating derived formula kasi yun naman yung nakalagay dito. So, lagi pong tatandaan ha yung STP, yung Standard Temperature and Pressure, wherein 1 atm is always equivalent to 760 mmHg, torr, with regards to PSI, 14.70 Pascal naman po, yun, may equivalency din siya. So, lagi natin siyang tatandaan. Ang constant lang po dyan is yung pinaka 0.082, yung pinaka-Rankine natin or yung pinaka-R. So, substitute na natin 1 mole, since given naman, multiply by R, which is 0.082, multiply by Kelvin, and divided by pressure, which is 1 atm. So, cancel out the Kelvin sign, cancel out the atm. Ang matitirang sign is liter. So, makakuha tayo ng 22.386 liter known as molar volume. So, dito muna natin tatapusin yung pinaka-discussions natin kasi hanggang dito lang muna yung coverage natin sa exam. So, we were going to have recap na lang kapag natapos na si exam. Kasi meron pa tayong 4 na loss na dapat i-discuss. So, yun lang po. Thank you.